Philip Albert?
Oliver?
What's so funny about that?
Philip Albert Friedman.
Is it Oliver?
Albert.
Oh, Albert.
What's so funny?
Here you go, Albert. Felipe Alberto. Nombre
Nombre de mi papá.
No, nombre de novela.
Gracias.
Philip Albert Friedman.
Is it Oliver?
Albert.
What's so funny?
Here you go, Albert. Felipe Alberto.
Is this a tourist place? Or it doesn't look like it. It looks like a
No.
local spot.
Yeah, it's like a local spot.
Which is great.
Yes.
This is where you want to come.
Yeah, because no gringos here, only Philip and Anthony.
Gonna get in trouble for bringing gringos in there?
Maybe they put a photo of me on the door. Paulina banned because she brought outsiders.
No, honestly, I haven't had the food yet, but I love the ambiance there, don't you? It's really
Yeah.
nice. Man, every once in a while you do something right. Not very often, but every once in a while. I'll never eat where those tourist gringos eat ever again. Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Are you looking at that gorgeous sunrise? It is absolutely beautiful, pristine Southern California morning. It is beautiful, and there's a lot to talk about and a lot going on. Look at that flat, calm ocean beckoning you to go on a sport fishing adventure, whale watching, just get out for a walk or do something in the great outdoors. We're going to check in on the Polaris Supreme. Did they find any bluefin tuna? The Independence is fishing Hurricane Bank this morning. Adverse conditions, but will they come up with more wahoo and find the tuna? They've been looking for the yellowfin tuna. The San Diego found yellowtail at the Coronado Islands, but did they want to bite? And what a day! Rockfishing returns to Southern California with this great weather, and what a day we had on board the Island Spirit. I can't thank all of you who came out for that great trip. You guys all made it so wonderful. It was great, and of course, the great crew on the Island Spirit. We've got that and so much more. I'll get set up for the MB. Back at you in a moment. Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Beautiful morning here in Southern California. Wow, that sunrise is gorgeous. It is so nice. I want to start by wishing Paulina, my co-host down in beautiful Ensenada, Baja California, the happiest of birthdays possible. Paulina, enjoy your day. You're a special person, a great co-host, and you make the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel better than I could ever imagine. Great job. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you soon, maybe a day at the docks, which is rolling up here. Lots to talk about. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Man, did I need that. And what a day yesterday on board the Island Spirit, principally because of all the great people. I'll be releasing a video probably tomorrow. If I can get it out today, I would really like to do that. But so many great stories. Kids that came out on the trip. Lance, you won the jackpot. Lance Rushing with a huge catch. Bobby McDonough, he was great. Bobby, I really enjoyed fishing with you. And everybody else who was on that trip. Robert Graber walks up to me and says, "Hey, Phil, is Dr. Friedman going to be around today?" That's my niece, Connie. She works up there at Ventura Hospital. And Connie was indeed there, and she loves fish. So Robert and Travis Graber both fish their butts off. They pay to get the fish filleted, and then they take care of Connie when she comes down to the dock. She deeply appreciated it, as did I. Hey, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Make sure you subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell. You will be notified when there is new content, and we really appreciate that. You can also follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That really means the world to all of us. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California, and I'll tell you, it can't get any lovelier. If you're going to surf fish today, it looks prime for that. I'll get into that in a moment, as I do see probably 6-7 guys down the beach here doing the surf fishing thing, and that is always great to see. All right, let's start out long range fishing. I want to start on board the Independence because they have some weather down there this morning. Kind of windy, kind of bumpy. Good thing the boys are on the Independence, because that beautiful long range vessel can take any kind of weather you put out at it. We are seeing some really good signal down there on wahoo, and hopefully it's going to be a good day when they bite. Yesterday, the wahoo bit on the anchor, and it was pretty darn good fishing on the anchor for the wahoo, but those guys have been unable to locate the tuna so far. They're on a 16-day trip. They travel 3 days, 1,000 miles to get to Hurricane. Hopefully today's the day when all that stuff is going to bite. Kites are going up. They are fishing as we speak. So that is really good news down there on Hurricane Bay. Hopefully the Independence is going to have a big hit on not only the yellowfin tuna, but the wahoo. They had some pretty good who fishing on the anchor, as I mentioned. They had a couple of big yellowfin tuna, but overall the tuna have been absent from their count. We'll keep watching that for you very, very closely. All right, let's talk Mexico. And when we talk Mexico, we'll start down there in Cabo San Lucas. Good morning, you guys. Morning. How are you? It's what a day, huh?
Epic, rock.
Can it get any more beautiful? Yeah, guys are catching all kinds of stuff right now.
Good time to fish.
I know.
Good luck.
Have a great morning. Thank you so much. Really lovely people walking by here this morning. Down in Cabo San Lucas, we've seen occasional yellowfin tuna about 20-25 miles offshore, mixed up with the delfinas, the dolphin down there. Also, we have seen some progress with regard to striped marlin. Not a lot, but there's a few around right now. It's mostly inshore, and we're catching rooster sierras, catching more and more yellowtail, and that's been the name of the game, seeing and catching yellowtail up and down the Baja Peninsula. We walk you up to La Paz, more yellows there for Baja Pirates and Tail Hunter International, Mulegé, Loreto, Santa Rosalia, all those zones are catching. I'm going to make a prediction that San Quintin gets all over the yellows this morning. They're only located 140 miles below the border, and they've had some outstanding yellowtail action when they get good weather. And man, if they've got this morning, it should be absolutely fantastic. We'll be watching that for you very, very closely. Also, we see some yellows down there in Ensenada. Wouldn't surprise me if they get zipped on the Forkies here this morning. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. A lot of rockfish in both San Quintin and there in Ensenada. And there's a little zone called Popotla, a little harbor. It's just about 15 minutes south of Rosarito. Carlos Cortez, a good friend of ours, he fishes out of there. He's been doing great on the rockfish out of there. So you got a lot of rockfish in these cooler water conditions. It's cold water right now. In fact, there's been some water here that's been 54 degrees. We had like 55 degrees on the Island Spirit up there in the Channel Islands yesterday. So the water has been cool. There's no doubt about that. This solar warming and nice weather and lack of wind probably will get our water temps up, the sea surface temps at least. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. Down at the Coronado Islands, the San Diego, she runs out of Ventura Sportfishing full day trips. Yesterday they saw quite a bit of yellowtail, but those little forkies had lockjaw. They just did not want to bite. Very slow on the yellowtail action. So they did fish shallow water rockfish and got everybody some fish to go home with. Not a darn thing wrong with that. And that boat, the San Diego, they're on game fish mode most of the time. They're looking for a yellow bite. You go on that boat to catch yellows, and one of these days that light switch is going to go on. Their best day was about a week ago. 8 yellowtail. They've seen fish on the surface iron, the yo-yo iron, on the dropper loop with bait, on a fly line bait scenario. You've also seen fish on the surface iron, a variety of different ways. Most of the time they're going to be deeper, the yellowtail that is, down in the water column during this time of the year, but we have seen them on the surface iron. We have seen them on a fly line bait on occasion. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. The Polaris Supreme out looking for bluefin tuna and still did not connect with those bluefin tuna on a 3-day trip. Hopefully we're going to get those things rounded up here. I'm starting to wonder, is it the cold water that's got them off the bite? I think that out loud with you, and then I remember back when we were catching them on Tanner and Cortez when the water temps were in the high 50s. So we've seen it before. We've seen these bluefin bite in the colder water. They do have the ability to regulate their body temperature, so they seem to be immune to the cold water, but something's up definitely this year. Or is it just a little bit early in the year and we're getting impatient? It could be that also. I remember last year I was looking at it, guys were pushing the panic button, and everybody, the long range captains like Captain Brian Pfeiffer there in the Independent said, hey, be patient, it's gonna happen, don't worry. And sure enough, we went into another great season of bluefin tuna fishing. So hopefully that's gonna come together as we go along. We'll be watching that for you all very, very closely. The Amigo yesterday did have a couple of yellowtail and a couple of calico bass. I believe they were fishing San Clemente Island, not positive on that, but they were out fishing the shallow water rockfish, caught some of that, and then they looked for some yellows and connected with a couple of yellowtail on board the Amigo. All right, as we look up and down the Southern California coast, it's rockfish right now. That's what the name of the game is. And with those beautiful seas out there, you can hardly beat it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a lovely morning here in Southern California. I can only hope the guys are going to get it done. From San Diego up to the Channel Islands and above, we've got nice weather and great rock fishing greeted most anglers yesterday. We've seen a mix of half day, 3/4 day, overnight, full day boats, all catching rockfish right now. So nothing wrong with that. And of course, our day on the Island Spirit yesterday exemplified how great a fishing trip can be. We had so many great people on board. We had the great crew of the Island Spirit. Is Lupe going by behind me right now? I just kind of sense it. Hey, Lupe, good morning. And we absolutely just had a great time with all of you. Thank you so much for being there. We didn't kill them yesterday, but everybody went home with a nice full sack of rockfish, including Dr. Friedman yesterday. And I was feeling blessed to spend some time with Connie. We went out and had dinner last night before I made the drive back, but really fun stuff indeed. We fished some shallow water rockfish up there. We fished some deep water stuff up there. We fished a variety of different depths, and while not wide open, good enough to make sure everybody went home with plenty of fillets. And it was really the people on board that trip that made it so special. I know I keep saying that, but I really feel blessed with this Friedman Adventures family. Guys driving in from Arizona for the trip. Loved you guys. You guys were awesome. It was so much fun fishing with you. And Alan Rushing and his two boys, Aaron and Lance. Lance winning the jackpot. Little Bobby McDonough and his family were on board, and they were superior people. And Bobby, I love you, Bobby. Good job out there. I'll have that video hopefully all put together, as I say, later today. That might be a tall order. However, I might have to put that one out tomorrow. I'm working on it. Rest assured that I really want to get it out because there were so many special moments. And then we had Jolene Thompson, who brought two lovely ladies along with her. Jolene, you know, it's always a better trip with Jolene Thompson. It was great having her on board, and so many other great guys like Travis Bright, who has embraced this keto diet and the carnivore diet. I say that because, man, I almost don't recognize the guy anymore. 50 pounds down, full of energy, doing great. Really great, Travis, having you on board, and so many others who made that trip so special. Of course, the Island Spirit crew, Captain Daniel Hottaway, Joe and Joey on deck, Bert in the galley. Special times indeed. So a lot of good rock fishing going on. This is perfect for surf fishing right here, right now, and I would give it a look if I were you. A long cast with a worm. I prefer a bloodworm. I actually prefer a sandworm that you dig up here. You can do that. If you have to use a lugworm, you can do that and still get a bite. You can make a long cast today. Someone's going to catch some spot fin croaker, especially down there around Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway where you see that tower. By the way, I hear you about our next surf fishing event. So many of you are asking about it. We'll be putting that together for you here shortly. Remember, Big Fish Bait and Tackle in Seal Beach, California, right down there on the corner of PCH and Seal Beach Boulevard. They've got all your surf fishing needs. They've got those worms down there for you. You can go pick them up. They've got all the tackle you'll need, not only for the surf, but for everything. And they give away a free custom surf fishing rod every single month. They're crazy over there at Big Fish. You just go in, buy the ruler. They'll tell you all about the rules, what species of fish will qualify for any given month. And you're in, man. They're going to give away over $3,000 worth of rods in a given year. That's pretty darn good for the purchase of their ruler. You're in for the rest of the year. Mostly barred perch in this cooler water from San Diego all the way up. You know, and there's other species here, also walleye perch and, you know, all kinds of other perch, but a lot of perch in the cooler water. Few corvina. Give this a little time, couple days with this solar warming. You're going to see the corvina. See where that wave's breaking? Right there. That's where those beans are. They're right there in that short water. And man, they are so much fun. And you can see them kind of swimming uphill. Whatever direction they're swimming in, you get up ahead of them, present your bait perfectly to them. Man, there's nothing like our Southern California bonefish, the corvina. Here, you'll see some more yellowfin croaker. And of course, what we love to catch are halibut, man. Halibut are such an extraordinary fish to catch. I was talking to John Garma, who was on our Great Island Spirit trip yesterday. John was a lot of fun as usual, and he said, man, when you catch a legal halibut in the surf, it's like the angels are singing above. It is so much fun. All right, good surf fishing. I'm anticipating it's looking good. May the 30th, we just added another Island Spirit trip. That one is already on its way to being sold out. People who were on board yesterday got first dibs at it. I believe there's 11 spots left on that trip. May the 30th, Island Spirit. You better hurry. Just send me a text, 657-227-6459. And we'll be working on our new date for our next surf fishing event. We'll have that for you here shortly. 2.5-day trip on board the Apollo. Several other trips, most of them all selling out. Same number, 657-227-6459, and I will get you the list. All right, my friends, have a great morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. No excuses not to come down here and at least go for a walk and get some vitamin D. One more time again, I want to thank everybody who was on that trip yesterday. It was phenomenal. It was so much fun, all because of each and every one of you. And my thanks to Captain Daniel and the great crew on the Island Spirit up there at Ventura Sportfishing. They're running tomorrow. It's Kids Fish Free Day tomorrow out of Ventura. You'd be crazy not to take a kid fishing tomorrow when you can do it for free. Check in with them at www.venturasportfishing.com or give them a call at 805-676-3474. The El Patron's almost ready to run and make her trips to beautiful Catalina Island. Don't forget to check up on the El Patron. She'll be running in a few more weeks. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Great times await you. Have a great day and a wonderful Saturday morning, beautiful weekend, and I hope to see you really, really soon.